So it's finally 2021. As we all are painfully aware of, 2020 was one of the most exhausting years ever. And I don't know about you, but I seriously needed to take a breather and have a bit of a reset period going into 2021. So that is exactly what I did for this past week. So here is a little recap of how I spent my first week of 2021, featuring me getting into journaling, coffee, lots of podcast episodes, also not surprising, working on this wonderful paint by numbers that I've been doing for a while, playing with my crazy cat Archie, getting a really exciting package in the mail that I've been waiting for.
Oh my god, I'm literally freaking out.
Holy shit. And spending hours learning about and trying out the cool things that I can do with it, trying to get organized and regroup mentally and physically for this new year. More podcast episodes, finishing Downton Abbey with my mom and starting The Crown over again, and overall just forcing myself to slow down, relax, and do what makes me happy and absolutely nothing else. Spoiler alert, it was really great, which now brings us to today. Sup? What's up, you guys? It's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel. Happy 2021. Wow. Feels like it's been forever since I filmed a video, but in reality, it's only been like a couple of weeks. But hello. It is me. Happy 2021. It feels very weird to say that because I am graduating college this year. So when I went into college, my freshman year in 2017, they gave us all these banners and all this stuff that said class of 2021. And 2021 felt like so far away that we would never get there. Here we are. So today I really just wanted to sit and chat with you guys and give you the lowdown 411 on some of the things that will be happening this year, changes in my life, because this is going to be a huge year of changes for me. Also, kind of like how I am going to approach this year, how I'm going to attack this year. As all of us know, 2020 was really hard, and I feel like while it was really hard, I grew a lot as a person and I learned a lot about myself and I learned a lot in general. So I just have a few things, mindsets and ideas and stuff that I want to bring with me into this new year. Pretty much this is how I'm going to be attacking 2021 and making it my bitch. First of all, let me just say, this is not spons. The fact that it's 2021 and I still have not been sponsored by Dunkin' is borderline rude, but I will let it slide for today. They have this new flavor for their iced coffee. It's called Toasted Coconut Swirl. Oh my god. Okay, comment down below if you have tried this because it is so fucking good. Okay, I get just like the medium iced coffee with the toasted coconut swirl, and then I just get cream and no sugar. This flavor is so good. I have literally been getting it every single day, which is not great for my health, but it makes me happy. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. New year, new iced coffee. I'm here for it, and I'm starting off this year with a freaking bang. So let's begin with a little bit of what's to come, what we are expecting in my life this year. This year, like I said, I am graduating from college, which is so crazy to say, but you know, we all knew it was coming at some point. Can't be a student forever. It's something that I've really had to come to terms with. I had a bit of an identity crisis about this whole thing. I think that I talked about this in a past video. I'm sure that I did, but I had this identity crisis because I have had the title status, I guess, of being a student for my entire life. Like, I have literally been in school since I was, what, 3 years old? And now, basically for the first time in my life, I won't be. And that scared me because I feel like that I had been using the title of student as like a crutch in a way. It just became my identity, became who I am. I've obviously spent so much time and energy over my entire life working towards student things, like, you know, earning a good grade, passing a certain year of school and getting to the next one, and then graduating from one level of school and going right into the next one. If I looked into the future, there was always another level of school in my near future. But now when I look into the future after I graduate, there isn't. It's just kind of like blank. And I think that before, when I was having my identity crisis about this, I saw that blank as something that was scary to me. It gave me anxiety. It made me feel overwhelmed, really shut me down looking at that and thinking, I don't know what the I'm doing. Like, I don't know what is in that, especially because I feel like a lot of my subscribers found me through like some sort of college video, and now that won't be my identity on YouTube anymore. That has been something that I'm struggling with as well, thinking about coming into 2021. On one hand, I saw it as thank God that it's not 2020 anymore, but on another hand, I saw it as there's gonna be a lot of changes, and everything that I know pretty much up until this point will change this year. Other things that may happen that hopefully, God willing, will happen. I want to move out. I want to get my own place. I think I know where I want to go, but the state of the world, I've said this before, the state of the world will determine pretty much when I do that, but that's going to be a huge change because I am a homebody, and when I moved away from home the first time when I was a freshman in college, it didn't go well, and I was really unhappy. I feel like I had this anxiety about moving out again and having that happen again. I'm obviously going to need to work through that in the next, you know, several months, and I genuinely think that I need to see a therapist about it. I don't want to throw out the term PTSD, but that time where I was away from home, it was so traumatizing for me because I was at my absolute lowest, and my channel came out of it. I started my channel because I needed an outlet, and I'm really, really thankful for that. The things that have come out of that for me have far outweighed what I went through. Where I am now, I am grateful for that, but that's another thing that's probably going to be happening. So with all of that being said, I have to make some changes in terms of my channel, in terms of content, because like I said, I will not be a college YouTuber anymore. That's not to say that I won't go to grad school at some point in the future. I don't know what I want to do, but I know for sure, like at this point, that I do not want to go right into grad school. If I do want to do that, if I want to pursue that, I need a break. I need a gap in between me graduating from undergrad and going on to grad school. For the sake of my life, I need to take a break. I am gonna have to change some things up, and this is kind of getting into one of my philosophical points for this video. I mentioned earlier that when I look at my future now, like after I graduate, I see pretty much blank. For honestly a few months at the end of 2020, I had this identity crisis, like another quarter life crisis. I have those like every other month. I was like, what am I doing? Like it was so overwhelming to not have a definitive next thing, like next step that's, you know, logically in my journey. It's pretty much all now up to me to decide what goes in that blank. I am basically forcing myself to change the way that I look at things. Instead of looking at something and being overwhelmed by it because it is unknown, I'm going to see it as an opportunity. I see this big blank canvas, if you will, after I graduate, and before, where I had anxiety about it, now I am going to see that as a huge opportunity, a great opportunity for me to create something awesome. Instead of feeling anxious when looking at that, I want to feel excited. There's really nothing I can do. I can't stop the world from spinning, so I just need to be prepared, and I would rather go into it with excitement. You have to look at things as an opportunity instead of being afraid of them. I know that I'm not the only one who's going through this. I'm sure that there are tons of you guys out there who feel the same exact way. It is hard. It's not gonna happen overnight. You're gonna have to actively work at it. Eventually, you will be able to change your mindset. I encourage you to do that because all of the things that I had been stressing about so much at the end of 2020 and like the end of the previous semester can be solved by seeing it as an opportunity. Who's to say that this big blank that I have in front of me after I graduate won't be better? Like, I don't know why my mind automatically thinks it's just gonna be worse. It's definitely the anxiety. It's just like how I always see things. I'm like, this is gonna suck, but we're gonna try and do something about that this year because I'm over it. That's kind of how I'm thinking with YouTube as well, because while a lot of people have found me through college videos and my identity up to this point on this platform has pretty much been a college YouTuber, I have to basically reinvent myself. At first, that really freaked me the fuck out, and I was like, this is awful. I had a whole spiral about it. We won't get into it. Now, I'm making the conscious effort to think, who's to say that this next chapter in my channel, this next phase of me won't be better. My content won't be more fun. It's an opportunity to pursue other things, which is so exciting. You know, I'm really passionate about a lot of things and I get really excited about a lot of things, and this is an opportunity for me to showcase those things in my videos. I mean, I already do some of that, but now that I won't have college as my center point, I can just explore so many new things and make new content. I don't know about you guys, guys, but I'm really excited about the next chapter. You know, figure out who I am besides being a student, like who I am as a human being, which is so exciting. I'm seeing things as an opportunity, intentionally changing my mindset about how I'm looking at things, and I think that that is so important. If you take nothing else from this video, take that. If you have something that you are unsure of in your life, instead of being worried about it or stressing about it, take it as an opportunity and take it on and make it your bitch. Because that's really all that you can do. And now I want to talk about some other things that I think are going to be really important in me changing and improving my life this year. One of the biggest things. Okay, before I say this, I want to mention that Emma Chamberlain talked about this very topic in her podcast, Anything Goes. Oh my god, if you don't listen to her podcast, you are missing out. I'm a huge Emma stan. Everyone who knows me knows that. I think she's really great and she is so wise. Things that she says on that podcast really resonate with me. She made an entire episode and it's called Hobbies. That episode is kind of what inspired me to start thinking about stuff like this. So something that I am literally prioritizing for myself in 2021 is having hobbies. Anytime anyone would ask me what my hobbies were, I would just say like making videos, like YouTube. It is a hobby. However, I cannot have this be my only hobby. I needed new outlets and new hobbies, specifically creative ones, because I'm just a super like creative minded person. I think I always told myself like, oh, you don't have time for that. You're a student, you do YouTube all the time, you don't have time to do that. But I've realized, especially over the past year in 2020, I need new hobbies. I need more hobbies. And by hobbies, I mean the only thing that I gain from these things is just fun and personal satisfaction. That is it. I am making it a priority to find new hobbies, and I've already started doing that, and I'm really excited about them. If you watched my What I Got for Christmas video, you would know that I got a piano keyboard for Christmas. I have been trying to teach myself how to read music. I learned how to read music when I was younger, kind of like have a grasp on it, but I'm trying to teach myself how to read the music and actually like play, you know, hand-eye coordination type situation. And all that it gives me is fun and personal satisfaction, like getting better, literally just getting better at being able to read the music and play it, being able to incorporate my left hand and play as well. That just makes me feel so good, makes me feel accomplished, and that is it. Like, I'm not playing the piano to earn money. I'm not doing it because I want to post it. I'm doing it for me. You're not doing it to be as good as somebody else. You're not doing it to please somebody else. You're not doing it so that it can bring you some type of like external gratification in a way. It's all for you internally, and that is so important to remember. So that's one of the things that I have started to pursue hobby-wise. Aside from hobbies, a couple other things that I really want to focus on in 2021. One of them is journaling. I have wanted to get into journaling for so long. I know so many people who journal daily, write out like what they're thinking, kind of like take everything that's in their head, put it on paper, and then go on with their day without having to like continue thinking about it because you've already like, you know, got it out. It's not in your head anymore, it's on paper. And I really like that idea. I just took the new year as my opportunity. I'm like, I'm gonna start it. And I have been journaling. I had a specific instance the other day where I was just feeling really frustrated and I had a lot of thoughts going around my head. Like, I was listening to music, but in my head, it was like I was talking to myself. It sounds weird to say it out loud, but I feel like everyone does this. Something that happened that day that just kind of like frustrated me and it annoyed me, and I just kept going over it and over it and over it in my head to the point where it was literally all I was thinking about. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna open up my journal and I'm gonna write it out so that those thoughts are no longer just in my head. I can take them out of my head and put them down on paper so that when I'm done writing them down, I can close the journal, put it away, basically to clear my mind. And it was really great. Later on in the day, I would kind of start to think about it again. It was something that really annoyed me, bro. Like, the fact that I was thinking about it this much. I would start to think about it, but then I was like, no, I already took those thoughts out of my head and I put them on paper and I closed the book and that's it. So we don't have time to think about this anymore. It just was really nice. So I'm gonna continue to do that. I'm really excited about the prospects of it and how it could help me with my mental health. Try to actively work through things that you're thinking about or things that are going on in your mind. Before I started this whole journaling thing, which was literally like 2 weeks ago, like, I would have things that would happen and they would bother me, and then I would never address them. I would never work through them. I just would keep them to myself. And bottling things up, I feel like we all know, like, that is not great for you. It's not great for your mental health at all. So I would just do that. I would bottle things up, and over time all these things that went unaddressed snowballed, and then eventually I would have a tipping point where something would happen and then everything that I had been feeling or that I hadn't addressed would just all come back, and it would like snowball, and then it felt like a massive weight on me. But if I try to address things as they come up, whether that be just with myself, writing it down in a journal, or with talking to somebody like a family member or a trusted friend, talking about it with a therapist, I definitely need to look into therapy this year. I've gone to therapy before, but I always felt like it wasn't helpful, so I feel like that kind of deterred me from trying again. But I really, really want to try again because I know how life-changing it can be for so many people. But I think that you need to address things as they come up to avoid them snowballing and then feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. So I feel like I've been talking for quite long enough. I just wanted to have a chat with you guys. I wanted to sit down, catch up, and just share my thoughts. I hope that you make the best of this year. We all need to actively work on bettering ourselves, bettering our lives, just making positive changes. So with that being said, that is the end of today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you liked it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you've stayed until this point in the video, comment down below, I'm a real one, because you're a real one. If you want to see more videos from me, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I post a new video every single Sunday. And if you forget that I post a new video every single Sunday, or if you just want to get notified right when I post a new video, make sure you turn on my post notifications. It's the little bell icon so that you never miss an upload and you get notified right when I post a new video. And yeah, I think that's it. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I hope that you all have an amazing 2021, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.